And we're
Drink
back.
water wrong.
Yippee!
Yippee!
All right, what happened last session?
Free real estate.
Free real estate?
Free real estate. I guess I could start.
Yeah. Go into
Sorry.
detail about what the fuck that means.
So the team, it was everybody going like, oh shoot, I guess we'll follow Lucan. But then in another world, Alara's like, oh shit. Well, I didn't think I'd get this far. And the Green Knight is like, yo, can you finally step the fuck up for once? You're the last kid I picked in kickball. I really don't want you, but everybody else kind of left the team. Oh man. You want me to? Okay, yeah, please go home and settle that shit out. Okay, now you go to your actual home. And then so she actually went pew into the group who were in the tunnels and are like, what the fuck? Well, yay, she's back. But is it really her? Because we encountered the warden who kind of fucked up her hideout. So everybody's pretty on edge in terms of like the Fade shit happening. And to prove it was her, she's like, yeah, I dyed my hair blue, and then Shepard got it on his hands. I went in after, but I didn't want him to see my hair was blue, and he thought Shepard pissed blue. You think I pissed blue? Don't look when you pee.
How long have you thought this?
You guys go for runs in the wild all the time and you never checked?
Don't look at each other's dicks. That being said, Erlen was obviously very miffed and kind of like, my dude, in my time of need, you kind of upped and left. But you know what? We have a renewed focus on helping Erlen settle this shit with Priscilla Lucan. And yeah, in her vision, the Horned Knight mentioned something like an underground meeting place of both friends and foes. So we're like, odd. I think we will have to find that place, but not in this stinky dinky underground. So we decided to resurface and real estate decide to try to talk to our old friend Marcian.
Markian, right?
Mark,
Yeah,
fuck.
Mark. Good old friend Mark.
Mark Ian. Mark Ian, a fellow Orlesian merchant who helped Ilaria once in the past with a cousin. And yeah, we gave him free real estate, and Erlen was actually our talk guy.
Just the used potion stand salesman, you know? How does Markian's many mixtures sound to you?
Healing potion pre-owned.
Erlen only knows corny ass, like extremely robbable, like shopkeeper names.
He says it from experience, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, they made some deals, and with Markian's help, we had ourselves an invitation into a shady underground masquerade ball where the movers and shakers of the Tevinter Imperium were making some clandestine like meetings and deals and things. So they're all here, and and in a way also at the same time kind of appropriating a bit of like Orlesian like fashions, and overall just kind of making fun in a time of war, as they have their genuinely pretty culty looking meeting place here. But and to an extent, I mean, they did also have a statue that was of one of the old gods that's still worshipped to this day. Very, very creepy. But we got ourselves a nice invitation. We got ourselves some pointers on like what tailors to go to, and
Drip.
we got ourselves some drip real quick as
Some real nice drip.
some nice drip as night befell us, and we followed not just the directions of the meeting place, but also the directions of a drop-off point, one that Markian himself had left behind for mysterious benefactor. So we followed that, led us to a chamber and then led us here to this interesting, creepy place where everyone is masked, and we even ran into an old friend. Anyone else want to share any more?
Well, I don't remember if it was said, but most important thing, Assam was like, "Hey guys, we should get anti-scrying amulets."
It is
yeah,
true.
yeah.
We did buy that. We did get a couple. Yeah.
We all have what is it? Proof against detection and location amulets.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah,
as a
guys got-
precursor to the warden, or like as a, we learned.
In response to the warden.
Ooh.
You guys got amulets of incognito mode.
Yes, exactly. It's actually, I think I might have actually put that on the sheet. Anyways, yes, we saw someone who we're not super happy to see, and one of us is probably ready to murder. At least one of us. But Dr. Lucan had their grand reveal. An absolutely massive golem of stone and lyrium.
Also, Mr. Felix is present.
Yeah, he
That's
was.
not
He
who we
was,
want to kill.
he was talking
Recognize
to us
us
like,
immediately. Yeah.
like, what are you doing here?
There's that giant gray guy again.
And we're like, why are you here? And then before we could get an answer, we got jump scared by the creation.
The
a
creation.
giant golem.
La criatura.
Yeah, they really decided to move and shake it up with this guy.
La clichora.
Mhm. Also, partner made art because it's really fucking difficult to
Oh,
find
wait.
formal wear of a person of Erland's build.
Did you send it?
I did now.
Post.
I let them just I let them just take point on all the. I let them make the decisions.
Oh,
yeah.
Fox, man.
I suggested like a color, and that was it.
That's so cute.
Oh, that's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Erland looks
Love
so
it.
dapper.
The
What
gloves
does
are
the Fox
necessary
say?
because his hands are fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
Gloves
yeah,
are very
it's a nice
necessary.
little just a little idea there. Probably like like layers and shit, and coats and all these fancy shit. But this is the core, This is a neat concept that they brought up.
Ooh. It's beautiful.
He's a little fox. That's so cute.
It would match the
covered
more
in
like
chest hair.
gingerness. Yeah, it would match the gingerness of his hair. Were he not, I believe, currently blonde?
Oh,
I don't know if he
wait.
changed back to black hair. He might have. I think he might have changed back to black after they got back from the prison because they needed to, cut ties with their prison personas. So at the moment he may be black, but that's
Fuck your fursona. What's your prison
The
sona?
prison soda.
exactly prison sona
Where's the
foul
mic?
prison Erland.
Prison.
Prisoner Erland is foul mouth, apparently.
Am
Even
I?
more so.
Am I coming through okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Weird. It's like being so. The Discord's being like super laggy for me. So as long as I sound fine, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you all see this woman stand next to a massive golem of lyrium, stone, and like intricate glass. What do you all do?
Well, that's not good.
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Is the crowd like clapping?
The crowd is intrigued. There are a few kind of like claps. There are a few like interested kind of like postures, kind of like slowly kind of like walking closer towards it. And then there are a few that kind of like reel back a little away and try to kind of like get closer to like the outer wall. seemingly a little scared of what this might be.
Fair.
Erlen's been on edge since stepping foot here, but like even more on edge now, because
Can I
just startled.
can I vibe check?
What kind of vibe are we looking for?
On Dr. Lucan to see, is this some sort of sick, twisted version of revenge? And she's just gonna set this thing loose on
okay,
the
yeah,
crowd?
make an insight check.
Oh.
Because we still really don't know what her motivations are.
No.
13?
13, hard to read. She is
Alright.
she is a brick wall of like an outward personality, and she's wearing a mask. She just seems like she's presenting a creation, and that's it.
I'm gonna turn to Asan and in Elvish whispering, I'm gonna be like, she's going to either she's just showing her little science project, or she's going to completely
Kill everyone?
suicide bomb all of us. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all speak in Elvish in a place like this?
I'm being quiet.
Oh,
Bold.
just because it's been so long since I got inspiration. Does my inspiration from last session still carry over?
Yas.
Yas, woo, yay.
Let's see.
Elvish suicide.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Hey, I heard that.
Who said that?
Sometimes don't directly translate.
In Elvish, I have a bomb.
The only word that comes through is Bob.
What'd you get, Sardwin?
Okay. Sleight of hand, that'll be 17.
17? Okay. No one seems to bat an eye or notice. You do see kind of like some of the elven slaves that walk around. They kind of just like turn their heads slightly towards you and then away.
Good, because I do not look like an elf.
Erlen will
Why do
kinda
you
just...
think that was a sleight of hand check?
There's only Asan who's like proudly,
Yeah.
you know, elf presenting.
Yeah, I think Asan is the one who's like, I am an elf. Behold.
Behold, I'm an elf with enough status to be here.
Behold,
on
an
the
elf.
shelf.
She looks so cool.
Passing the aura
Her
check.
mask is just Elgarnon
Oh, that
and
is cool.
Clemeth together.
Nice.
That goes hard.
But nobody knows.
Sardwin's white.
No!
She just doesn't have a little melanin right now.
I just didn't render her, okay?
It rains a lot in Tevinter. There hasn't been a lot of sunlight.
I was gonna say that was all dirt,
Oh
actually.
god, she's light skinned.
She had to take a bath before this.
Jesus.
She went 2 shades lighter after that.
Olive complexion.
Olive complexion.
So,
Erlen just kind of... You guys?
yeah. So I know you said there were like mixed reactions from the crowd. Is it possible to like find out or look for anyone who like looks the most scared? Because I kind of want to
Felix.
see if any. It's Felix.
Yes,
Okay.
he
That's
looks
valid, that's
terrified.
We're gonna
Maybe
crash.
other than Felix, because I want to know or see if there's anyone else here other than us that maybe shouldn't be here normally.
One of Bully's
Ooh,
NPCs.
Interesting. Shouldn't be here.
Or like, for lack of a better term, isn't of like the upper echelon of society, like the people who are here, like maybe they also got in and like they thought, you know, maybe for whatever reason they're here and they're not.
Okay, I think
Normally
you're
invested.
asking for two different things. So
Okay.
because on one hand you're asking for like like whose reaction was like most like perturbed and scared by this, and then who looks like they don't really belong in this type of environment.
That is true. These are
They're out of their depth.
So I'd say give me an insight check, and then give me a a perception check.
Okay. Roll 20, please. I press the button.
You press another 20 times. Maybe they'll go through.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
well.
Aw.
The first one was a 9. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
9. There seems to be like a mix of like everybody here. Some nobles have a rather averse reaction. Some are looking with interest in glee. Some like maybe like less noble people and more of like just straight up like mages here might be looking at it with a mix of like disgust and intrigue, while others are like kind of like seemingly forming, like the gears are turning in their head as like what they could use this for. And you notice like one man kind of like on the taller like skinnier side with kind of like salt and pepper hair and an impressive beard is kind of like talking to Lucan every once in a while, dressed in like very fine robes, but also looks very much like a magic user. Just kind of like every once in a while, like kind of like talking to Lucan, though she is giving him like a little bit of a cold shoulder at the moment. And give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. Roll 20 is just, I guess, taking forever to load for me today, so apologies.
It was kind of rough for me too, so don't worry.
Trust me, I pressed the button. I'm also waiting to see what happens. Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
17.
Not
17. You notice a few individuals wearing clothing that is a bit more comfortable. Still very fine, but you know, with a lot of people wearing like long flowing robes, very, very nice, elegant footwear. Some of these people all kind of like not sticking together. You notice them at like different intervals of the room, but wearing, you know, pants tucked into like high-rising boots without like too much of a heel, and standing in a way that perhaps is shifting the weight of a blade.
Shep is gonna do his best to like nonchalantly like point these things out to everyone, and just kind of like try to form like a little circle with the group, not like a huddle, but like just a social talking circle, you know, where
Mentally tell us, right?
Okay, can I? Do we have the thing to do that?
What? Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know.
you have the earrings, right?
Yeah.
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 Then I am gonna
Is the
do that
signal
mentally.
interference?
Sorry?
Oh, I guess.
Do we notice any signal interference
Uh-uh.
when using them?
No.
Okay. So Shep is gonna say, all right, a few things. Erland, I want you to look at that guy who keeps talking to Lucan, see if you recognize him at all. It's a tall, skinny man with like salt and pepper beard, fine robe, keeps talking to Lucan, but Lucan doesn't seem to be paying him any mind. See if you know him, and maybe Alaria or someone. You see those guys all around wearing like pants and more comfortable looking clothings. Maybe see if we can suss out why they have weapons here.
Could I? You said, DM, They're like kind of scattered in the corner of the room. But I
They're not
sense
they're not
that,
in a
like,
corner of the room. They're scattered throughout the room,
Yeah.
so they're not like drawing attention to themselves in like a block.
Could I see if they're hanging out by like looking up, looking towards like the nearest exits, and looking at the what are they called? Like the scaffolding on the ceiling.
What
Like,
are you
okay,
what are you
are they-
trying to gauge here?
Are they guards to make sure people don't exit?
Or
Like, I know they're here or enter.
Mhm.
Probably they're here to make sure that people don't to shifty shit.
Yeah, give me. I'd say this would be like another insight check.
Oh shit. Okay. Dice.
Give it to me with advantage.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, I use my blue dice today. Said perception?
Advantage.
Insight. Insight with
Oh,
advantage.
insight. 17.
17.
Just a dramatic pause.
The other one was a 6. A good thing. I had advantage.
This is where I find out if Annika has her notifications on.
Oh shit. Oh shit. No, you know I don't. Thanks for verbally telling me. Okay. Should I? You know what, she is.
Should you?
Should we be bad?
Say that again?
Should we be bad?
What does that mean?
Yeah, for once, I'm gonna say no.
Don't worry about it.
No.
No, you should be
Oh,
nice.
it depends on what kind of bad we're talking, right?
Do they
Like-
look like, okay, I get they're dressed comfortably. Do they have any like matching anything?
Did
similar
you see the
colors?
message I
Like,
sent you?
I know, but like, are they? My question is like, do these people, are they like freelancers? Are they under Priscilla Lucan? You get me?
Why would they be under Priscilla Lucan if they're from Orlais?
No. I want to know their boss, man.
If you want to, you're allowed to
noticed-
share the message with the class if you want, if that helps you.
Okay, for the class, these guys are bards, Orlasian bards, so they're not like regular la la la.
If they were working for Lucan, they would not be dressed in a way or like acting in a way that would signify that they are from Orlais. Like they would fully be like converted and committed to the Tevinter
Okay,
Imperium.
I see.
Like
So
you
these
you
guys
recognize
are-
them like they do not belong here. They're covering up their tracks quite well, but you know that they don't belong here.
Uh-huh. Are these guys also wearing masks? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, something simple. I think they would be just kind of like one of those like kind of like silly looking like opera like masks.
Yeah. Mm. Telepathically, she's just gonna go, steer clear of those guys. And do a buddy system.
You're not going to tell them anything else?
Internally, she's a little worried that one might recognize her.
What, you think they're guards?
Oh, I know.
Ping.
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 They're not working for Lucan. Why are they here?
Oh, ping. This is all internal.
Yeah.
This is a quote-unquote Orlesian ball. And typically we have a team, either to entertain or to dispose. A little bit of both.
I feel like this got lost in translation. They're not, like, part of the ball. Like, you see Orlesian bards from... Do you know what I mean when I say bard?
Take... Yeah, no. Internally, I'm thinking, like, they're here because they're kind of like props. No.
You notice
not supposed
to be here.
Orlesian spy assassins from Orlais at this ball.
They're not supposed to be here.
They're not supposed to be
Okay.
here.
I thought they literally were like, haha, wouldn't it be funny?
No.
No.
You notice.
If that were the case, they wouldn't be armed.
They
would
have
not be
weapons
armed.
that they are hiding on them.
I thought this was like Disney's secret character.
No!
just-
This isn't a Where's Waldo situation!
That's very
I'm
true.
imagining-
So sorry.
You're also the only one who can recognize them for what they are. Like, if it was more like a prop, it'd be a bit more obvious, I think.
I thought this was a hidden Mickey situation.
No!
Wow, wow, those are really authentic.
Those are so
This is hilarious.
How do you know I'm Orlesian?
Wow, they really researched there.
I like how I think that was a process of, wow, like, those are really authentic. Wait a fucking second.
This is happening in her mind. There's static in the little earring. You're like, what the fuck? Slow down. But if they're here, that must mean, oh no. I think these guys are the real deal. I thought they were actors.
Guys, I think we're in
danger.
Jesus. Okay, it's gonna be that kind of session, okay?
Yeah, these are like props, right?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
I'm-
fine. No, you know what? I can see like how you got from point A to point B, but like
The curtains are blue because they're blue. No, there must have been a mishap in the laundry where you had a.
I love like Ilaria taking over and be like, no, people from Orlais can't possibly be here. That would be insane, and that like filtering onto Annika.
I think them not belonging here is kind of the point.
Oh fuck.
The gears
All
were
right, what's
turning.
In the
Let's try
same
this
way
again.
that we don't really belong here.
Yeah. So, do you have
We
any
got
idea
divided.
why they would be here? Like, if they're not working for Lucan, they're assassins. Are they here for Lucan? They here for someone else?
I don't know who they're here for, but if you have a bunch of them in one room, that usually means there's targeting.
It's a target-rich environment.
Very much so.
That, or just gathering intel. But we'll see what moves they make. Externally, Erlin's just gonna like lean to Felix and then just kind of nod ahead towards the giant freaking golem in the center. That's why we're here. It's a vested interest in our patrons' projects.
So you had some idea of that she was working on this?
Yeah, we pieced it together pretty recently. But it's seeing it up close like this, I don't know what her plan is.
He takes a sip of his drink. And he kind of like looks around the room, shifts uncomfortably, and just goes, perhaps we can reconvene in a different time. Excuse me. And walks off. You notice him speaking to another woman with a bird mask. Not presumably Lucan. You notice Felix, Lucan, the tall man, and the woman that Felix is talking with all have like different Corvid masks.
Ooh.
One of black, white, gold, and red for each of them.
Are those like Tevinter colors?
No.
What colors were they
Okay.
again?
Black, white, gold, and red.
And Felix is wearing one of these?
Yes, Felix wears a red mask of a magpie.
Ooh.
Lucan is wearing a black mask of a crow. The man talking to Lucan has a white mask of a dove. And the woman that Felix is talking to has a gold mask of a rook. I know technically rooks aren't corvids. Shh, shh, shh.
You're gonna have some bird nerd in the comments.
Shut up.
Rooks
Shut
are-
up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shh, shh, shh. It fits. Shut up.
Do I
Actually,
do I get an impression from Felix that, like, with him making his exit and chatting a bit with this lady, do I get the impression that he may not just be a bird but a rat?
Explain.
In the way that he's exited and having this conversation has an odd bit of like pairing with the masks, right? With these other people that seem to have some level of importance. There's a nagging suspicion in Erland's mind that Felix may not be on our side.
Ooh, give me an insight check.
I'm sorry, Josh, but that was the hardest line you've dropped
24.
in a while.
Damn.
He doesn't know what side he's on.
Ooh.
You having that conversation with him, you could tell that there was still a loyalty and a love for this person that, like, he used to be friends with, who he used to work with, who he went through a lot of traumatic things with. And there was still, like, and there still seems to be that piece of wanting to either save them or go back to a time when they didn't have all of this baggage. Seeing this golem up close and seemingly like he kind of has this look in his eye that he knows what it's going to be used for, you can kind of tell that the loyalty to this person and the duty to be a good human being are kind of like being pulled into different directions. You can tell that he is not happy and he is a little revolted and scared, but he is also trying to keep a composure, and he's not really sure what to do.
Can I ask a really dumb question?
Yes, you may.
I don't remember who Felix is.
Oh, he's the.
And
he's the
they're not in the
lecturer?
NPC Exalted Age channel either. Oh, they were the person who did the lecture?
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I was
he-
like, I'm looking for a cousin. Wink.
He was magically kind of just
Castrated.
a little bit, yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay, see, my mind wanted to say handicapped, but that didn't feel right either. But like in a
Nerfed!
literal sense, they
Nerfed!
capped what he could do. They like quite literally limited the extent of what magic he could even use.
So he
to
was
the
like,
point where he's
permanent
mostly a
noob.
potion guy.
he was like circled or whatever it's called. I forget what it's.
Yeah. So
Tranquil.
Yeah. Tranquil.
He's a
He
tranquil.
was partially tranquil.
Yeah, partially
not
tranquil.
So
fully.
Glyceria is fully tranquil.
yeah. The only
And
one
he
who
was
was
instant
fully
nerf.
tranquilized was Glyceria.
He was
Right?
L
Yeah,
plus ratioed
No, he was just Eld.
by the government.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot who he was.
No, you're good.
And with like because Shepard asked, right? Erland's going to try to take a look at, like, because there isn't really a face here, not so much that he gets a sight of, right? But He wants to get an idea. Is there anything familiar about the tall man that is by Lucan?
You've never met him or seen him before, but if you wanna kind of like make your way stealthily over and try to, like, I don't know, suss out maybe like people are talking about him, or you could kind of like walk around and ask.
About the tall man and the white bird mask. We've never met Synesius, no. There's a sneaking suspicion about these four with their little cute matching bird masks.
Erlen's like, I know what you are.
Hey now, it's June 1st.
Erland will walk about, right? Kind of like try to act casual, right? Like he belongs here, as he kind of like pings the others, like, all right, let's try not to draw too much attention to ourselves and keep an eye on who might be armed.
Do you say try not to draw too much attention? As I look at my outfit.
As a
Getting
group.
Asan, drink some wine.
Maybe we should should we split up a bit?
As
here?
a group. Try not to grab too much attention as a group.
Alright, and Asan's gonna go off and mingle. And drink some wine.
Erlen wants to see if he can, as he's just going about regular, just not really being very chatty with people, but trying to like do regular like nods and little tilts of a cup of a drink, right? He wants to see if he can pick up on any conversation that might be happening between Tall Man and Lucan. He like quietly nudges himself in the direction.
As you kind of like begin, hold on. as like you're kind of like looking over at them, you notice that Lucan just kind of gives an exasperated sigh and just kind of like motions her head towards the door, and they both walk down here. That's why I'm like, don't move, actually.
Oh?
Everyone stop! Everyone stop!
Where are they?
Wait, where they're
Well, no,
totally
like-
moving.
So Lucan and the other man kind of like walk over down this way.
Like way at the top.
Down
Oh, okay.
here.
North.
No,
Yeah,
south.
No, they left.
South.
They
Okay.
left.
In the
Do they,
direction of the exit.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
This
Question.
way.
Okay.
Yes, Tony.
Do they just walk by us with no like care?
They seem to be kind of like walking to have their own conversation.
Okay, so what I mean is, because my shepherd is definitely like not freaking out fully, but like a little worried that Lucan walking by him might, if she's gonna pair me in the jail cell to me here, same body type, same height. I am dressed to the nines,
Yeah,
so maybe not. But
He's
give
not
me-
expecting to see a prisoner here.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
why, like, I don't know if
Ooh, that's a good
She's
question.
not expecting to see.
is there
Earl.
like is there like anything? Can I make like a check to keep my cool?
Okay,
You
yeah.
know, like, is
oh,
there, like,
okay,
a-
okay. Yeah, just give me a wisdom save then.
Wisdom save. I'm famously great at these. One day.
Someday.
It'll happen.
I did click the button,
Mhm.
so
now we wait. It's okay.
It's happening. It's going. There's one
So-
thing.
There's no need to rush it.
yeah, you know, it's really about when
So nice.
roll 20 is ready.
Yeah.
It's a
And
nice
my-
Monday afternoon.
My roll 20 just like crashed. It literally just went to like a white screen.
Okay.
Uh,
So do we? Hold on, I'm gonna pop. Okay, so Shepherd, a solid 5 wisdom save.
Hold on, Shepard. You do still have your once per session reroll.
Ooh.
Just a reminder.
I'm not gonna burn it here.
Yeah?
Don't do that, Josh.
Josh, don't be a bad influence.
Fair
Sure
enough.
about
No,
that, buddy?
he can fail one vibe check, right?
That's
It
a
would only
vibe
get me in
save.
trouble, probably.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
I'm like, can I go now? what do you think Shepard's reaction would be to seeing this person and like thinking that she might recognize you? It doesn't seem like she does, or even if she does, she's not paying attention to you, but there is that like still anxiety and fear that kind of like prickles all over your body. So like, what is Shepard's like stress response?
His stress response is to like try to like make himself look smaller than he is.
Aw.
So he's like Shepard. I like to think always is like has very like good posture. Is like very like and like in this moment he's like real slouched, and like kind of he is very afraid of ruining things for Erland, truthfully.
Aw. You kind of like make yourself like so much smaller and so much like less of like a fixture that like one of the nobles just kind of like accidentally bumps into you and just kind of goes, oh sorry, and then keeps walking, doesn't even like give you like a passing glance. Who is following Lucan and the man out into the hall?
Erlen's like pinging. I'm gonna need another set of ears.
I'm gonna go. Oops, sorry. Heading to the restroom.
Let's just try to play it off like we're just getting a bit of privacy, having a conversation. I'll grab us a couple glasses and look, anybody else, see if you can find out anything more about this thing. Some people here know about this thing's creation. They've been sold on it by Lucan. So, I don't know, ask as a prospective investor just what such a thing can do.
Oh, you want me to gossip? Perfect.
Sure. Just anything you can get back to us on what this thing might be capable of, and if anything, what any of its weaknesses might be.
Yeah. That's how I will gossip whenever it gets to my turn.
And Erlen will just grab a few
I want the
glasses
Erlen
of drinks.
first,
Erlen will just grab a few glasses of drinks, and then just like follow Ilaria out, just very quietly.
Okay. I would like stealth checks from Erlen and Alaria and perception checks from you both. Or us. Yeah, perception is fine.
Let's be stealthy to the best of our ability.
And then perception after.
Stealth. Stealth.
7. Wait, I can do math.
Stealth perk.
It's Percocet.
Ollie Percocet.
What did Erlen get?
24 miraculously.
For
Nice.
Perception.
Oh, perception.
Perception.
Let me roll this one. Hold on. This is why he needs another set of ears.
Where?
His current ones don't work too well.
What?
That warden explosion, really did a number.
wow.
Come on,
Hello?
are we?
Wow.
That's there.
I thought you were doing
Sorry, I couldn't hear anybody.
No, I heard typing, so I'm like, oh, disgusting.
Do you want to use your once possession reroll on the perception or no?
I feel like I gotta save that for like even more of an oh shit moment.
Okay.
Not to metagame. Ilaria's was pretty good.
You're hearing the conversation, but there might be like some nuances that you won't be able to hear that Ilaria will. As you kind of like peek around the corner, you are safe and not drawing any attention to yourselves.
It's good.
But you hear a very almost exhausted tone. I have made the damn thing, Synesius. You can present it to your fucking friends in that tower, but you give me what I need.
Priscilla, I understand that you are incredibly agitated about this, but we are currently in the middle of a war, and I'm going to ask you to wait just a little bit longer.
How long did they need to wait?
What do you expect me to do, Priscilla?
You're the one that stayed there and made your connections and sold us out!
I did my duty, and I am still doing my duty both to you and my people.
Who is your people? Glyceria doesn't remember loving her kids anymore. Felix is no longer able to be anything other than a college teacher. You're the only one that walked away scot-free. I am forced to make these creations. And for what?
You think I got away scot-free, Priscilla?
It certainly
I
seems
could've
like
been-
it.
I could have been in a much higher position, a much better position than this. I'm under other people's thumb right now.
Oh, you poor
I have to
thing.
tread very carefully. You are not making that any easier.
We had a deal.
And
This-
I will make sure to honor that deal, but we need to wait.
You
I cannot
need to remember what this all is for.
Do you truly think that they're going to want to fund an end? A reversal would mean less control.
No, I don't. And it's kind of hilarious that you think they will. We have to do it ourselves, like we've always had to do it. So are you going to do it with me? Or are you going to be something in my way?
Priscilla, I am terrified of what they can do to me and my family.
They've already taken my family from me. I won't let them take any more alive. That is the last golem I will make.
I assume you took extensive notes.
Perhaps.
Of course. Have a wonderful evening. And if any investors approach you, just remember, I am not associated with this directly.
Yes, Synesius, we wouldn't want your sterling reputation to be dirtied by my hands.
Evening, Dr. Lucan.
Goodbye, Synesius. and she walks past the hallway and back into the room.
We're like kind of we're not really like all too
Oh,
noticed,
shit.
right? We're just off to a corner, just kind of like pretending to like yap amongst ourselves and be.
You rolled pretty well on stealth, and Ilaria, you notice that with like your perception check, one, that conversation was between two people that have known each other for so long that they don't mind saying such awful things, and two, that Lucan is a lot more unstable than she might have been letting on, and three, that right now she doesn't really care about you two in the corner, and might not have even noticed you.
Fair.
Erlen and Ilaria, anything else you want to do, or do you head back into the room?
Sounds like a lot of drama.
Sinesti's just standing there, like.
Yeah, he seems to be just taking a minute to himself.
Also, the other DM's dying. Give me a second.
Oh no.
Yeah, how do you spell Synesius? Oh no, I found it. Never mind. Never mind.
He's in the...
I found it. Yeah, I found it. Sorry.
You're good.
It's just sounded out of my notes.
Synesius confirmed. Could that other person, the Rook, possibly be Glyceria?
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. It is now next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I love when episodes are streamed like this.
I'm gonna head back in. All right.
Alara's just gonna stay there to possibly an eye on Synesius. At least we have this one bit of blackmail in the future.
Yeah, Synesius just walks right on by. He seems to also be entranced in his own thoughts, rather than caring about two people having their own conversation.
Asan,
Hi.
as you're kind of like making your way around the room, trying to see like whose conversation you can like squeeze into a little bit, is there any particular like information that you're looking for right now?
I'm trying to get a read of the room on the golem.
A read of the room.
On like, yeah, for like finding out like who directly funded this, like, because people are going to brag about this now that it's complete and open to the public. Anyone who's involved in this is going to brag about it.
Okay. Yeah, you
so
find like one kind of like noble, seems to be a rather like well dressed, tall, kind of like broad shouldered man, kind of like swinging his like wine glass around a little bit, and then talking at a rather disinterested woman. He's just kind of going, yes, and I mean, she couldn't have done this without a very sizable contribution of mine. I mean, we're all keeping this on the down low, of course, but the government is involved, and they are quite loving her direct impact on the war, and this, I tell you, will turn the tide. Now, allow me to explain how my company specifically was able to directly allow this to happen. And let me start from the beginning.
Do tell. Apologies to interrupt, good sir.
Oh, and you see he just kind of like stops and then notices your clothing and just kind of
And the
goes
ears.
and like notices your ears first, then the clothing, has like a little like brain just kind of like
Short circuit.
yeah, it's like
What am I treating?
whoa, okay, interesting.
I didn't know they had money.
Oh.
I didn't know they could afford this.
Right.
I, for one, am very excited to see the practical applications of this during the war.
He extends his hand to you. Bacchus Baldeus, one of the magisters developing weapons of war for the Tevinter Imperium. I don't believe we've gotten to meet, Dalish.
Well, it's been the first time I've been back in, well, years. The name's Ias, although my last name has been stricken from the records.
As have many of
And
ours. And he kind of like
I-
toasts a glass.
Oh, yes, I toasted that, obviously. It's good to be back, though. Very good to be back, and enjoy the fruits of my labor.
Oh, you've assisted Dr. Lucan with this as well.
No. I mean, it's just good to be back and be, well, one of the people now, as it is.
Oh, you are one of those freed ones. Yes.
Yes, and I've done a lot of good work for the government, as it would be.
Really?
I mean, who would ever expect the Tevinter to have an elvish spy in other countries? I mean, I've got to be completely honest. It has been lovely to have my position benefit me for once. I'm sure you understand.
Oh, I do. And I never took you, folk, to be so,
Pragmatic?
yeah, using your circumstances to your advantage. I mean, that is truly the mind of someone from here.
What can I say? I feel like a Tevinter at heart.
Yes. Quite the double-edged blade, but I can't be mad at it. This place is home.
So what do you think the economical implications that this golem might bring forth?
Well, we have a steady supply of bodies that could be used for the cores of these golems, and we are quite well versed in the lyrium trade. Having a dwarven embassy directly in the city does wonders. I can tell you that while they are rather frugal, they do good business, and
The dwarves know their ore.
they
That's for
have
sure.
a lot of discarded little people that we can use that they simply don't care for. Did you know they brand the lower classes of society with this strange little mark on their faces, and that means they are as good as dirt? Well, we could use them for sure.
How quaint.
At least they're not completely useless. Yes, economically, well, we're being quite resilient with it. I believe the government will be rather intrigued, and I believe they will be quite interested in everything that we're doing here. A few people are in this room. I shan't say who, but I can tell you that
I've never heard anything.
I can tell you that my investments have certainly paid off. We will win this war, and we will conquer Orlais. Though,
So I am gonna try to schmooze the the information out of him of all the investors.
give me a persuasion check.
All right.
And give me with advantage. You're doing pretty good.
Oh hell yeah. Ooh.
12.
Ooh.
You want to
I
use
mean,
your
I am
once
still an
perception?
elf.
Want to use your once perception reroll?
You have
Fuck it, let's
inspiration?
go for it.
You can go
Oh,
lower!
Oh.
can
You
go
can
worse.
go lower.
He kind of like winks at you a little bit and just goes, I respect the hustle, as we say. Though those investors are mine and mine alone. But I'm sure you'll learn how to capture your own fish in the net.
I'm looking forward to it, and I will raise another toast.
He raises his glass, drinks it, and then realizes that the woman that he held captive has long gone, and just goes, ah! And like goes to find her off of somewhere else.
As
saved her.
the second that his back is turned, the fake smile just melts off of Hassan's face.
You
He
hear a
Physically
voice.
feels gross.
You hear a voice behind you go, "No, I don't exactly know what to make of that." And you turn around to see one of the elven slaves that has been kind of like serving food around the party, dressed in kind of like simple attire, simpler compared to the rest, but still like more lavish, like elven gowns than you have seen like the elves in this city. Still wearing like little shackles upon their wrists, enchanted with some sort of magical, like almost kind of like tracking device, but not like physically restrained in any way, and wearing like what seems to be kind of like masks of like tree roots and leaves, though ears very much like kind of like out and proud, and you notice little clips in the ears like they do with like cattle essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. An elf wandering around this room without an escort.
Well, what can you do?
You seem rather cozy with the upper echelon, yet I spot Dalish tattoos on your face. Be frank with me.
Behind his mask?
Yeah, behind my mask.
How, like, much of your face does your mask cover?
Or maybe
I was
on your
gonna say,
neck?
I was gonna say, I think it covers most of it, but not all of it.
The guy
Yeah,
you're
because
talking before-
it's a
Yeah,
half mask,
careful
so like it's a half mask. So like
I think my
the lower
chin
parts,
tattoos are
yeah,
visible,
Yeah.
and that's it. Yeah.
yeah, the lower parts of your
The guy
face would be
before
visible.
recognized you as Dalish and called you Dalish too.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was a full mask, like feel free to tell me. But
If it was possible,
mhm.
I know this is kind of retconning a little bit. Would Hassan have been able to put on like concealer
Yeah, sure, that's
on the
fine.
lower half of
That's
his
what-
face? Okay.
That's what Erlen does with his face.
I was gonna
For
say,
the-
I'm like, I think.
I don't think
as
it would
much as
change
proud to
too
be
much of
Dalish,
like. Yeah, I don't think it would change too much of like the earlier conversation. I think it would change like how this person is approaching you.
That's fine. I feel like, especially because Dalish don't get their tattoos until they're, teenagers, it wouldn't make sense for the storyline I've cooked up for this fake persona.
Okay. that's
So, yeah.
fine. You notice like the person's like guard is up a little bit. Are you here on the accord of elves, or are you truly Tevinter?
They have do they have like a drink tray or like a serving tray or something like that? I'm just gonna like, walk up to like grab it, but also mainly to close the distance. And I'm just gonna actually, before I do this, as much as I'm pretending to be a horrible scum of an elf, let me make sure that they're not a horrible scum of an elf.
Class traitor!
Alright. Insight off.
I will use my inspiration on this for an advantage on insight.
Yeah, you don't have to call out like that you're using inspiration before you roll. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
14? I'll
14.
take that. I don't have a high modifier.
Okay, they rolled an
That's
actual one.
whatever.
Oh
Cool.
wow.
Are they a narc?
Are they a narc?
No. In fact, they specifically scouted you out because they thought that you were like not like a friend, but someone that they could what's the word? I don't know how to speak English today.
Like a
Converse with
confide
one
in?
Yeah,
another?
confide in. Yeah. It
Yeah.
seems like they have
Kindred
information
spirit.
a little bit.
I will walk up as if I'm getting a beverage or a little hors d'oeuvre, whatever they have on their tray. I'll walk up and just lean in a little bit and go, if I could burn this fucking country to the ground, I would.
You see them just kind of relax a little bit.
But I need to play a part right now, and being a horrible scum of an elf is what I need to do right now.
They nod. I understand. My name is Oranril. I was born
The name's...
here.
Wait, spell their name. Spell their name.
Oranril.
Alright. Continue. Sorry.
You good? I was born here and have made my way up the ranks to, I suppose, be a servant to one of the most terrifying people in the Imperium. And you?
I'm gonna say Ias, but I'm going to wink so that they know it's a fake name. For the time being. The name's Ias. And I hate this country with every fiber of my being. And let's just say I have some concealer covering some non-Orlesian tattoos on my face.
They nod. Ah, yes. There is a room to the left of us. It is where they keep the wine storage. Stay out of that room. There are foreigners that walk these halls that have a mission. There is going to be an assassination attempt. Do not get caught in the middle of it.
Do you know who they're going after?
They shake their head.
All right. Let your friends, or the ones you trust at least, and I'm going to lightly nod to the other elvish servants. Let them know if shit hits the fan.
Oh, don't worry about us. We're pretty good at staying alive.
But do you want to stay free? Or become free?
They their brain just kind of stops for a second.
Short circuits.
You're asking them a question that they've dreamed of, and when it's kind of in front of them, you need to understand you are offering to uproot their entire life and everything that they know and whisk them off into something that they have no idea how they're going to be able to handle, and they're just having trouble orienting that.
One sec. Before you panic, let me know where your room and board is, essentially, where you stay. Even if shit hits the fan, you said it yourself, your friends know how to stay out of the way. Let me know where I can find you. Bring whoever you want. When I leave this country, I will bring all of you with me.
I think it's impossible to free every slave in Naraminian, but there are a good bit of us in the Naraminian Tower. I know that for sure. They need a lot of servants to keep this place running. We are in the lower floors on the east side.
I need to look up the Rhodes teleportation circle. Because
How many people?
realistically, if we no, it's not how many people, it's how long it stays open. It stays open for 1 round.
Uh-huh.
So anyone who's within 60 feet, with an action of a dash, can get through the circle. That's probably like a couple hundred people.
No.
If they all sprinted through the portal
I don't know.
in 1 round.
I don't know if it's a couple hundred people.
A 60-foot
I think
radius.
You're coming at it from like, because here's the thing, it's like if you're like fitting all of those people, they won't all be able to like dash at the same time, you know?
Fair. No, fair.
So we can figure that out later.
You can give me the number.
Yeah.
And whatever number you say, I will tell them I can probably get this many people out.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, wait. How long does it take to cast? I'm trying to think.
1 minute.
It takes a minute to cast.
Hold
You're
on.
gonna cast
we're-
magic, dog?
No,
There's
not here.
like other stuff that like might be pertinent to know, that might be helpful, and like we can get to that when you like talk to them some more. But Naraminian Tower, lower levels, east side. Oh, wow.
All right, got it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like you're good. Just like I don't want you to like figure all of this out in the moment, and
Yeah,
then yeah.
Whenever
And
we
the
figure
plan
out how
has-
many people I can, I'll just let them know I can probably get that many
Mhm.
people out.
Thank you, Ayas. Let us. I need to confer with my comrades, but there might be some of us that would like to stay. Not for the reasons that you think, but there are things, good things that we can do here from the inside.
Understood.
But for the first time in a couple years, you have given me hope. Stay safe. And they kind of like turn, walk away, and kind of like present the platter of drinks to someone else who kind of like just takes it gingerly.
All right.
We're leaving this place with a bang.
Well, to be fair, I said, whenever we decide to leave, I will let them know, and to bring whoever they want.
Shepherd, Brandy, Saradwin, and Indra, please give me perception checks. Oh my god.
We're great.
Oh
at
my
this.
god.
It's
Let
okay.
me do some math.
Okay,
The
hold
+6 and +7 hurt.
Honestly, it hurt my soul a little bit. I have no idea.
23.
23.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Thank God it's one of us.
Did we
What
say
do you
that?
know? Here's here.
Did we say that Indra still gets his like racial human traits?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
yeah, that's
think
not
so.
attached to the
Alright.
drugs.
Yeah, cause he gets a D4 on perception checks.
Haha.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
What Indra get?
Okay.
All right.
And then Indra got a 20. So
Okay.
yeah. All right. So, Saradwin and Indra, and the like Indra, like whatever he overhears, will kind of like confer with the rest of the group over the earpiece. But specifically, you two overhear a few, like nobles, or kind of like lower ranking mages, discussing how they kind of just want this war to be over with, and they don't want any more, like, and they're like looking at this golem with like fear in their eyes. One, for what kind of damage it can do, because like, yeah, weapons of mass destruction will end a war. A few of these people you're noticing are thinking of like the fact that, you know, the southern parts of Tevinter have been just wrecked, and how they might have family or friends in those lower parts that have been transformed into, like, complete military forts, and how a lot of them have been, like, displaced because of this war. They're thinking about that, and they're thinking about, like, that means that there's also just normal people in Orlais who might get fucked by, like, these types of golems if they're, like, mass-produced, and they just kind of want out. And you notice, like, on their faces, you overhear their conversations, like, is the government going too far? Is the Archon going too far? She refuses to budge. Like, we know Orlais started it, but there has to be some modicum of, like, peace talks that can happen, because this is getting a little out of hand. We can't just forge, like golems made of lyrium. What the fuck is that going to do to other people, to the environment? Do we want to be responsible for that? And you see a few of them just kind of, like, give each other, like, scared looks and just slowly exit the room.
They're having like an Oppenheimer discussion.
Like a little bit.
Are we really ready to unleash this upon the world? Won't this change war forever?
Like don't get me, like, wrong, you know, it, like, I'm not comparing this to a nuke or anything, obviously. But and there are people, like, you know, upper, like, echelon, like mages, people who seem to have money, or people who work, like, in weapons production that are loving this shit, who have something to gain from either keeping the war going or from manufacturing more of these. But a lot of, like, the more lay common people, or people who you notice, like, are mages from, like, either the underground or mages that, like, might be part of schools for, like, lower classes, that just are seeing this for what it is, and, like, an abomination.
Get it? Because, Mary.
the one laugh got me.
The joke is that there's a monster in Dragon Age called Abominations.
Oh.
They're mages who go ape shit.
What time is it?
6:16.
6:16. Okay, we'll take a break at 6:45. Alright, yeah, so, Indra and Ceridwen overhear that, and then, does Ceridwen, kind of, like, relay this information to the rest of the group over earpiece?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm currently talking to one of the worst people I've ever.
It's the same fucking guy.
No,
Yeah,
like,
it's the same
no,
person I was
he
talking
has
to.
this mask.
If you, for example, say become my assistant, then I think we could really, like, move you up the ladder, depending on how well you do. But, I mean, it would allow you to work close and personal with me. It would allow, for me to impose some wisdom upon you about how companies really and truly work. And I mean, darling, you've got to start thinking about your future here.
She's like holding her like cup over her very exposed chest area.
The least interested person in the room.
Yeah.
Do my Helen scheme.
So she's talking to this person while also talking through the earpiece, being like, so this massive creature, this golem, if you will, you could really send us through an entire village, and it could completely obliterate
an entire village?
countryside.
Darling, start
Yeah.
thinking about towns, perhaps countries
My God,
even,
an
depending
entire kingdom? You know what? This is the best device I've ever seen for this economy. Who needs to pay for an army when you have a monster like this one? Oh my God, this is the Vinter's finest magic.
And Brandy's overhearing this, like, what the fuck?
Literally
know?
what an economy was months ago.
You know what they say. You gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet.
That's exactly
Like the
what
southern
I'm
part
always
of
saying.
Wait, I just had the funniest fucking idea. Brandy and Shepard can't like focus on this shit because they're just looking at each other like, what the fuck? They're just like, what the fuck is going
It's
on?
like two silent people in a group Discord call overhearing like 3 different conversations happening at once, and they're like, which one should we focus on first? What the fuck is going on?
It's a lot of shit happening here.
Erlin's like in a corner hearing Saradwin's like quiet cries for help in a way. But then Erlin's kind of thinking for a moment like, well, you've already got him talking. Look, a guy like that, maybe if you can let him keep explaining things to you, we can get a better idea. Ask some, I don't know, any dumb question. Act like you don't know the first thing about this thing and try to figure out where's all that power coming from? How's this thing being made? Or just anything that might clue us into how best to beat it.
You notice
That's
the
neat.
music kind of like pick up a little bit, and a few people just kind of like clap and go, "Oh, finally, dancing has begun!" And the man next to you, Saradwin, just kind of like looks over and then like looks back at you and offers his hand with like a little bow.
Oh god.
Her hand visibly trembles, but she just grabs his hand and leads him to the dance floor.
Cover your drinks, ladies.
Completely behind a mask, so she's like audibly grimacing and like talking through her teeth.
This is Ethan Merck.
Give me a... Okay. This guy loves to yap, and he will continue talking about everything. What I need from you is the wisdom save to try and keep track of what the fuck he's telling you.
Okay, great. I got a high roll.
Nice.
One save.
Erlin's like, I promise I will pay you back for this.
18.
I know.
18.
No. Oh wow.
He's
It's
like, I'm
killing.
sorry. He's like, I'm sorry, but you have to let him mansplain. You have to let him mansplain.
25.
25. So, at risk of, like, going off on a, like, you know, fucking 10-minute, like, talk with this guy, information that you learn, it is... Ready? It is powered by dwarves inside the golem. So you need at least, like, 1 dwarf to create this golem, and it seems like they're getting them from, like, large dwarven, instead of cities, they're called taigs. I will spell this for people. So, like, one of the largest ones, for example, is called Orzammar. I believe there's another one farther up north, and they kind of get, like, dwarves have these things called casteless, which means, like, you're not, you know, privy to literally doing anything in society. You can't get married, you
don't have rights.
You don't have rights, you can't get a job, you can't, like, do anything, and all of your children will also, like, be this, like, casteless, like, literal, just, like, bottom feeder of society, worse than a slave, because they don't even, like, make you do anything. They just treat you however they want, and they're all, like, branded with this thing on their face.
What's the point? Anyways, continue.
Yeah, what is the point?
He's like, I wish we had a similar system here. Oh, right, we do.
Man, it's crazy. It's almost like they're an allegory for the homeless. Anyway,
Miles at the camera.
sorry,
He's like,
no,
I really wish
viewers.
it was like a face market. He's like, I'm jealous of the face marking. I wish I could just take one look at someone and be able to tell that they're beneath me.
Dan's camera.
So far, that only works with elves.
He's
Yes.
kind of going on about that and how, like, those, like, casteless will be, like, captured by, like, crime syndicates in these like dwarven taigs, and then like taken to different parts, or either enslaved or just like killed and used for their organs. And a lot of them, because the Dwarven Empire and Tevinter have a rather good relationship, are taken to Tevinter, and sometimes used for slave labor, and sometimes they are used for these experiments that Lucan is creating. And that is kind of like how they're able to, not like cheaply, but like they're taking people that literally nobody will miss. Their trade with like the Dwarven Empire in Lyrium is incredibly fruitful, sorry. And they're able to get large quantities of lyrium, as well as a lot of like thieves guilds in Narrominion specifically will kind of like go and smuggle lyrium into the city to like not go through the proper channels. And you notice that, like, you realize that this is all like approved and overseen by the Narrominion government, and this is something that they don't want to go through the proper channels to, like, you know, fully be above board. This is something that they're doing on their own time to kind of like present as a literal weapon of mass destruction to end the war. Essentially, one, for profit, and two, to kind of like uplift the city of Narrominion to like a higher status in the views of Tevinter. In terms of like the golem makeup, there seems to be glass, stone, metal, all kind of like constructed to be like the inside parts. And a lot of lyrium is kind of like slowly being woven into this golem's like almost like bloodstream and veins. This thing can use magic in a very destructive and powerful way. But because it's made of lyrium, one, just being next to it will give a lot of people like either headaches or just like madness.
Oh god.
But it's also very resistant to magic and is able to block out either spells or magical effects much more resiliently than, for example, like other creatures.
Does it have, and she like asks Yuli, I mean, what, does it even have any weaknesses?
Well, I should hope not. I invested quite a lot of money into this thing, so I mean, I suppose it is rather slow and easy to hit, but I mean, look at that thing. It's practically a fortress on legs. Though, I've heard stories that maybe they might regain some sort of memories of their past lives as dwarves, but, I mean, you know, those creatures are so small, I wonder how tiny their brains truly are, so I wouldn't really think about that.
So there's like a tiny little man just in there right now?
No, the dwarven body is, like, dissolved essentially into the golem and used to forge this strange contraption, like, essentially into it. So the dwarf is gone, but some say their mind remains. I am highly doubtful.
Wow, that is incredibly fascinating. And over the little earrings, she's like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah. And he kind of like that's all the information that you're able to get.
I wrote it all down.
Yeah, thank you. It's all it's very sturdy. It's very resistant to a lot of damage, it's resistant to spells, but it's easy to hit, and it's not the fastest thing in the world.
With what? What are we going to hit it with? A cannonball.
You yell that out and just go, how could they hit it with at all? And he's like, exactly, that's what I'm saying, and blah 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 blah.
That's the point.
My dear, you need to use those ears for
This
listening.
This is how we win the war.
But yeah, so you continue your dance with him being kept a prisoner with his conversation. Erland, as you are off to the side at the drinks table,
There's a moment, like, cause is she like communicating some of this stuff to like the team too?
Mm-hmm. I think like she's kind of like holding onto the earring a little bit and just like letting this guy like talk through it essentially.
Cause there's like, once he hears about there being a person in there, he just sort of freezes for a bit with the drink in his hand, and it's trembling a bit, and there's almost the worry that it might shatter in his grip, as he just he just directs his attention to the thing in the center, just transfixed on it.
You feel a presence at your side.
I'll turn to it slowly.
You see a black crow mask and a woman with a just kind of like long flowing gown, just kind of like lean back a little bit onto the table. A glass of what seems to be rather strong liquid, and just sighs.
He like is nearly like breathless. It's I found that you so you're the mind behind all this, huh? It was a nice showcase you gave us all.
Meh. You don't need to lie to me. All of these people here for their own reasons. Though I wouldn't say I'm excluded from that. We're all just using each other after all.
Suppose you're right. I've noticed people a bit on edge by just what this creation of yours means for us all. But
well, anything to win the war, am I right?
yeah, right. Liberation for us all. It's breathtaking.
Is it now?
It's you know, my business is different from yours, but something I've seen across people is the greatest of people. I mean, no great person or even great invention comes without sacrifice. Would you agree?
There is a lull and like a little tilt of her head, and she lowers the glass. Yes. Me and my compatriots sacrificed a lot to be here. I suppose I don't have as much of a stake in this country's prospects as I used to.
Just in it for a job, huh?
I am in it for the end result. I used to care a lot about creation and research, but now it's just until the end goal. Truly, I just want to leave.
Are you? This might be personal, but none of us know who we are. I'm just another blank face in the crowd. So, by all accounts, you may just never run into me again. Are you proud of what this has all come to?
Give me a deception
What
check.
you've had to sacrifice? Deception check.
6.
I'll use my session reroll on that.
Uh-huh.
Ha
Oh my
Uh-huh.
god.
No.
Victory!
And beyond.
My perfect victory.
She
Damn, that was
goes...
the opposite of my reroll.
Yeah, right? She goes... Pride is something that we are not afforded. Especially in times of war. Do I think there could have been a different way? I'm not so sure. And then she kind of looks over at you. But if you are asking if I would do it again for the people that I have been doing it for, yeah. We all have our reasons. If I am to be stepped on, then the only way to not drown is to step on someone else. You dwarves know a lot about that, don't you?
We built our society on it. Everyone has their place, right?
Devinter admires that about your caste system.
Indeed. Some just are never meant for greatness, like you or I.
No.
There are stories, of these creatures, and as a dwarf, really, I can't help but feel people in history have done what you've done today, and you have exceeded them in ways I never thought possible.
We were lucky to acquire the blueprints for crafting such a thing. Though I don't believe you've woven lyrium into them yet. Even for a non-mage. Especially for a non-mage. Lyrium is not to be trifled with. And she kind of laughs to herself and just kind of points over at Indra. Like that fucking soldier over there.
No. How so?
Well, taking lyrium directly will have impacts on the brain, the body, memories, thinking clearly, taste and senses. Even if you stop, you might never fully recover. Weaving it directly into someone, oh. I've tried
You have
before.
a lot of experience.
I do. The body doesn't take too well. Though a crafted body, weaving lyrium into it like you would a weapon. Now that works.
Is that what you presented to us today? This final form.
Golems are usually powered by crystals or rods or some kind of battery. Lyrium, it doesn't really run out unless you're using spells, but the thing can keep moving until you say so. Can you imagine an army of these things marching into the gates of Orlais, laying siege to town after town?
I can.
I hope I am long gone before they get to do that.
This isn't really what brings you joy. You
Give
do
me,
this for...
give me an insight check.
Say.
14. As you say, this doesn't really bring you joy. You do this for someone. You see her gaze shift over to Synesius, to the woman wearing the golden mask of Rook, who you assume is Glyceria at this point, and over to
Felix was close to them.
Yeah, and over to Felix, who has like ended his conversation and is now making his way towards the door. And she kind of like looks over at them and lowers her head in not feeling like she can ever meet their gaze again. Don't we all do horrible things for the people that we care for?
We do. And I could admit even I have. Does family mean a lot to you?
She flinches. The ones that I have made myself, yes.
There was a time where it meant everything to me. But, like I said, some sacrifices have to be made. But it's... there might yet be something to salvage at the end of all this. Some kind of peace. Ain't that what war's for?
I don't fucking care anymore. A rat will always be a rat. At least in this city. I do apologize. I never got your name.
You can call me Varen.
She nods. Varen. Perhaps it is best that you also leave this country before they truly use these golems. And she excuses herself. The rest of you. Did Asan tell the group about the assassination plot?
Yes, if you look at the Roll20 chat.
I was about to ask, did anyone go into that wine closet?
No. No one better go in there.
You see a few people, like the Orlesians that Elaria clocked, all kind of like slowly begin to make their way out the door.
Out the wine room door, or
So you don't see the wine room currently in this map. The elf that approached you just said it was over to the left, so this way.
Gotcha. Okay.
Are we gonna stick around and find out?
I mean, they said stay out of the way. They didn't say we should run. So I'm gonna say we stay and just
I don't want to see it happen.
see what happens.
I was lucky enough to point at another woman, and so I shit that guy off.
I'm gonna quickly in the earpiece. So in the earpieces, can we choose to speak to everyone or just one person?
It has to be everybody.
It has to be everybody. Okay.
Yes.
I'm still gonna say it. I would prefer it to be one person, but I'm still gonna say it.
Mm.
Hey, Ilaria, there would be no one hunting you from your hometown, right?
Us. Oh, they know I'm here.
I'm just saying, like, we don't know who the assassination target is. I want to make sure that's not someone who has prior experience with relations.
They could be friends.
I don't have friends. Come anyway. No, it can't be me.
I'm sure a runaway noble lady is the least of their priorities in a room full of tip and billionaires.
What if
They all head out to the left?
You just see the kind of like the ones that you clocked as Orlesian bards leave the room.
Mm.
You don't know which way they go. Because I'm assuming you're all currently like inside this like large circular one.
The main hall, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
still
if you want to follow them, you can.
Value my life. I know when I'm outmatched.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to enjoy the... I didn't realize there's going to be dinner and a show.
Wow. Why did they do that? I don't know.
Okay. So everybody's staying in the room?
Yes.
Roland kind of regroups with the others, but takes a moment to lift up his mask a little bit as he just gets his hand to wipe away some tears. Puts it back on its face. We're really gonna stand around and watch.
Depends on who they're assassinating.
In my mind, unless there's something bigger at play here, it's either her or
What's that S guy's name?
Synesius.
He's still in the room.
Sinister, yeah, Sinister, that one.
Hmm.
I'm just saying, kind of a win-win. They seem like the two most important people in the room. Just
What about
saying.
the other one?
Yeah, the one.
That important lady.
Glyceria?
Yeah, that one.
She's still here.
But Felix has left. So Felix and Priscilla have both left the room.
Nope.
What could be-
Priscilla's still here. Felix
Oh.
left.
Oh shit. Okay.
Is Felix going to be used as an example? Someone
I feel
important
like
gets
he's not an
assassinated.
important player anymore. No offense to
That's what I'm
him,
thinking.
but
He's not, but he's an easy target.
would they
Guys,
really send a squadron of assassins after an easy target?
Look, all you gotta do is kill him. Hang him up.
They could just show up to one of his lectures and stab him. They don't need to be in a high and mighty place like this. He's available.
I was
If
trying
they-
to say something.
They
Oh,
want to
sorry,
stay.
sorry.
Continue. Like, if you want to send a message, you say it right here.
Sorry, hold on.
Say
Who was trying
something.
to say something, Annika?
Oh, I thought Josh was trying to say something.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we can let her be assassinated. I know. We all know what she's done, but I need her. She's the only way I can be whole again. At this point,
Look,
even she doesn't sound like she has much to live for anymore. Are they really gonna give her that?
I trust our abilities. I don't know how much I trust our abilities against trained assassins. If you want to give her the heads up, that's up to you. But I don't think we should try to take them in a fair fight.
DMs, how many did I clock? Like, I'm guessing 8.
Ricky, how many did she clock?
1 second. You clocked 3.
Still too low. I relay that. Like, I clock 3, but knowing what I know, there is more.
Only I can transform into a little fly and go into that room and listen
No,
to
wait,
what
hold
they're saying.
on. Sorry, Annika. Knowing what you know in terms of what?
No, knowing, like, this is Annika, like,
Uh-huh.
filler, like, oh, I feel like they would send more. Maybe, like, 5?
Hey, Annika.
Or is it just 3?
Hey, Hilaria.
Yes.
Make a history check for me.
Okay. 16.
This is a huge team for an assassins already. For either assassins or spies already.
Oh, okay.
3 people in one fucking room is a
I
huge
forgot we're in
team.
enemy lines.
You're not in home territory where you can have 14 spies in one room overhearing other people.
Yeah.
Saradwin, you were saying if only you could transform into a little fly and go to the room.
Did you
Yeah.
want?
Do you want to do that?
I have to hide first.
You certainly could.
Yeah. I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna try to find some place.
I have an idea to help you.
What?
Hey, Shepard.
Yeah,
Want to dance?
sure.
Cool. Brandy walks up to Sarah, hugs her, and kind of does this weird like sandwiching maneuver to put her between Shepard and Brandy.
And so they get together and, oh, where's that other lady? She disappeared.
Even if I have to do a performance check, I would like to cast Pass Without a Trace for Sarah.
Trace. Visual, somatic, and material. So it is quite a bit of a show that you're doing. If you want to make it performance and weave it into the dance, please give me a performance check.
Alrighty. 3.
Amazing.
Okay. You do that. Saradwin, you are successfully transformed into a little fly, and you kind of like fly out of the room down the hall. Brandy, a few of the nobles kind of stare at you, tossing dirt into the air, and just kind of like begin to like cover their like faces and laugh a little bit. And you notice like a few of them definitely kind of like catch what you look like the color of your hair, the way that you're dressed. Very much you have made like a spectacle of yourself, and like are being remembered by like these people, and they are definitely seeing you as something way beneath them, as someone who is just kind of like tossing dirt around, and very much like a lot of the eyes in the room are on you now.
Aww.
Break time?
Hold on. Saradwin, as you fly down the hall, you notice Felix get down here as he walks, and then a quick moving person just kind of like grab onto him, cover his mouth, and push him down this way.
Oh my gosh.
And that's
Where's
where we'll take a
going?
break.
Oh, boy.
Over
Oh
here.
my god,
Over this way.
I was right.
Yeah.
Whose mouth was it?
Felix's.
Felix.
Felix's.
Alright.
No.
BRB.
Saradwin, as a fly on the wall, you very carefully. Hold on, sorry. I need to drag Reiki over.
It is very intimidating to hear you both pop in the call at the same time.
Damn, it's almost like we tell each other when we're gonna leave the call.
What?
Gasp.
Damn, it's almost like we're coordinated and we've been doing this for a while.
What?
Never. Doubt it.
That's kind of gay. Anyway,
Very
happy
gay.
Pride Month.
I was about to say.
So
Saradwin.
Sarah just
Yeah.
saw that guy get fucking nabbed.
Yep. You kind of like slowly drift through the room, and you see Felix unconscious, kind of like dropped to the floor. One standing over him, wearing much more armored clothing than the other two, wielding a dagger of glass. One of the two speaks up and just goes, "Okay, he is unconscious? What are you going to do now, huh? Do you think we're going to get away with this? You need to think things through."
I did think this through.
No,
It is
you
my
do what you want every single time, and we have to keep up with you.
Do you think it is my job? Do you think this is what I wanted?
No,
At all?
this isn't what any of us wanted, but you went through with it.
Yes, because they gave me this, as he holds up the dagger, and told me to use it.
We all
Do you think
know.
my ass is on the line too?
Your ass is on the line. Ours ass is too. If we do not make this out of it, if we do not make it out of this alive, I will fucking kill you. We are in enemy territory, and you go on off of your little quest to kill this man who, by the way, he's already tranquilized.
He is not tranquilized.
Look at him. Look at his arm.
Yes. The traditional mark goes on the forehead. Something is wrong with that one.
We don't know what is going on. We have learned plenty of things about the golem, about the plan, about the weapon of mass destruction. Let us not leave any more.
Well, now we have a witness.
Fucking hell. Fine.
So let me finish my job. Let me finish this. Two of you, get out of here.
They sigh and just go, no. We finish it together. Saradwin, you see the kind of like assassin one hold up the dagger and make a motion to strike Felix. What do you do?
His life is in your hands, dog.
If you speak,
No,
would
I'm
that
not
throw him
doing
off as a
anything.
fly? Oh
Yeah,
no!
you can't.
You'd have to
speak
turn
loud,
back,
right?
yeah.
Yep.
Oh shit.
That's up to you. Do you think your friends will be able to reach you in time before anything happens, or do you want to just let this happen?
His life.
Um,
Hands.
do we care about Felix?
A little, yeah.
He's the
Good for him.
actually
Yeah.
okay. Not saying Glyceria sucks, but Felix has been kind of nice to us.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Okay,
Am I
really
able
quick,
to-
Glyceria's capacity for kindness was kind of taken away.
I'm not saying Glyceria sucks. But out of the war, Felix has been the most welcoming.
They took her kindness and locked it somewhere.
All right. I have an idea.
She got magically lobotomized.
Oh no!
She
Oh no!
flies down, and she's very annoying. She's just like flying by this assassin's ear, circling him.
Can you use the earring as a fly? Is
Mm-mm.
that still?
Mm-mm.
No, fuck!
No.
Flies don't have ears.
You are annoying, and the assassin tries to like swat you away a little bit.
Well,
On his nose.
it buys us some time.
How much HP does a fly have?
0.5.
One half.
She's avoiding getting swapped by him.
Okay. Ricky, up to you. What happened? I'm gonna sit back.
You know what, Sarah? The closest approximation for this check, I'm gonna say, is either somewhere between a performance check and a sleight of hand. And that is the closest approximation to what you're trying to do, I assume. Which is distracting this asshole.
I'm being a good fly, yeah.
Okay, let me Google the fly stats.
Oh my god.
The HP is 1, and I believe the AC is like 10.
Yes. You have a +2 to dexterity. And a -4 to charisma. But I think you can use your mental stats of your stat block. So you either have a +2 or whatever your charisma score is.
Okay. So I'll take the +2.
Okay.
Alright.
Because I rolled. So this is a performance check.
Performance or sleight of hand.
Yes.
Oh, sleight. Okay, I'll take the sleight of hand.
Well,
because that would mean...
so you have to use the physical stats of a fly, and a fly has a dexterity of like 14.
Okay. So that would be
+2.
+2. Okay. Anyways, I rolled 18, so that means I got 20.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you are just buzzing around in this guy's ear, just being absolutely fucking annoying. You're being the mosquito in a room that is dead fucking quiet while you're trying to sleep. And he's just like swatting away at his ear, just like, these dogs don't know how to take care of a wine cellar. And is going to, yeah, no, just gonna make a SWAT attempt at you.
SWAT
roll?
attempt.
This is gonna
Wait,
be an
Sarah's getting
unarmed.
swatted?
Mm-hmm.
Sarah's getting swatted. Yeah.
Oh god.
So
That on bingo.
this isn't it. Yeah,
Can I avoid it?
does a hold on. I'm also pulling up the fly stats just to make sure what the AC is. Because I guessed off the top of my head that it was a 10.
I think it's a 10, yeah. I don't think there's like an actual like stat blocks. I just used like the D&D wiki.
Yeah, so yeah, 14.
Ow.
Would hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
14 would hit and deal 1 damage.
Is that fly
How much
HP?
HP do you have?
Pretty
It
sure it's
flies.
just the one.
Yeah, it's 1 hit point. Unless you want to roll, and in which case
It's a
you can,
fly.
you can possibly
So
get a
is
0.
Sigurd like? What
I will
happens
try to
if
roll.
you're in a
Roll a d4 minus 1.
Okay. 2.
2.
So you have 1 hit point.
Yeah, so so the assassin swats you, and with the force you just kind of like hit the back of the wall with your back, and just kind of like slowly slide down. If you want to call for help, you can do it now.
Am I back as a person?
Mm-hmm.
Ah! That should give them a good,
Oh,
what
no.
the fuck?
Oh, no.
I'm one of you. I'm one of you.
The
Trouble
elf
A,
tone
What-
of
what is
the
the room?
the relations.
Is
Hold
she...
on. I need to know what Renee is saying to the group.
Help.
We're on the way.
Where are you going, huh?
Wait, the wine cellar, that's to the left. Waitress-on pointed out.
Mm-hmm. Alright, that's all you say, Saradwin?
Meanwhile, Serwin is like, I'm one of you. Yes. One
For
of
the
you.
earpiece.
I am not saying anything.
Can I say over the earpiece, say this in our legion, say this!
Okay, what do I say? What?
I'm one of you,
I'm one of you, and she speaks the worst.
Worst
The
accent.
worst
Make a-
relation,
make
but
a
hey, it's
deception
something.
What of you?
Sacre bleu.
Everybody else roll initiative.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no.
The first piece of French spoken.
No.
I am one of you.
Why else would I have this outrageous accent?
What else would I have this outrageous accent?
I love Orlay.
Oui, baguette.
Hold on, we
Of
big.
course. She must be one of us. She knows her baguette.
Oui.
Chocopan.
And what is your belief on these baguettes? They're the best. They're the best bread.
Muy bien.
She must be one of us then.
It's not chocolatier, it's chocopan. She's not a pretty.
What the fuck is happening?
Wouldn't you
Well,
like to know,
immediately
French
when they
boy?
We're all
left, we
French
were
now.
like,
They're
How-
really getting into the role play of hating Orlay.
They really are.
But
We're
do any
preparing
of
for
us-
when we go.
Do any of us even have weapons though? Like, isn't this kind of like a
You have all your weapons.
pat down? No.
Nope.
Okay.
No,
okay.
there wasn't a
No, we
pat
didn't
down or
pass
anything.
down.
Oh
Um,
shit.
I've been holding my axe this entire. No, I'm kidding.
Honestly,
Why
if
do
you
you
like
think
have a
Shepherd's
cloak
standing
and then you like shifted your axe so like the blade is like hanging down a little bit, like that's fine.
You have it in a guitar case, you know.
Yeah.
People thought you were another entertainer.
They were like, "All right, big guy, what are you gonna do?" And you just start juggling. They're like, "Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, not what I was
Interesting.
expecting, but I'm
pretty
for
good,
it.
yeah."
Oh, you're good at this, buddy.
Man, that is so not subtle. Sword in the dress is so not subtle.
freaking what's it called? Like Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's just
exactly.
ignore the giant.
Or the
That's
giant
literally
sword.
what.
Is there like a mark on the map of where the door is?
And it's next to Asan. It's like 2-3 blocks away.
Is it
Okay.
next to
That's
me,
the
or is
door.
it
No.
through a wall?
And then that's
Okay.
another door.
That's
I mean, I
the door.
can't see because he's.
Well, you'll see it. You'll see it when you get out into the hallway.
Oh wait, it's down here.
We only clocked 3 of these Orlesians, right? And all 3 are currently outside in the wine cellar, where they took Felix.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so currently, because Erlen kind of scans around the place that there aren't other threats to Lucan.
Everybody rolled. Alrighty. Oh,
It's like, yeah, I gotta
roll
roll
for
for
the
these.
roll for the assassin.
Shit, ass, fuck, ass.
Confusion bards.
You got that.
Oh.
You know, just 7 people rushing out really fast in the same door.
Well,
Big deal.
I think Indra is just gonna say like Brandy, you and me, we stay and watch the door.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. So 5 people. 4.
Okay, okay, everyone. Door is down here.
Oh, okay.
To the wine cellar?
Out
To
of
the
this
whole-
room.
Oh, to outside. Yeah, to get. Okay.
Okay, Annika, if you want to be a bit more economical with your movement.
Yeah, am I
Yeah.
going left?
Yeah, they said left.
Outside and to the left is where this wine
if
cellar is.
you wanna like, anyway.
Can I use?
Well, it's not your turn yet.
Oh, right. You're right.
Do.
Erland, what is your dexterity modifier?
5?
Oh, okay. Roll me a d20, please.
Four.
Alright. Doop. Alright, Shepard, it's your turn.
Okay. Just so you understand, there's a door in from inside, like around here.
No.
No.
This is just closed out
Say go
space.
south.
So the idea
Okay, I
is
thought
you'd want to go in
it
this
was
way.
said before that there was a door right by Asan. Or is that...
No.
It would be
So
left.
there is like to the left of them would be the wine cellar. So like essentially, so it helps you guys orient on the map. Like this way is the wine cellar. Like the wine cellar is going to be this way when you're like orienting on the map. Yes.
That's why... Okay.
So if
Yeah.
you
Got
can
it.
break through the wall, I mean, theoretically.
Oh, hold on.
Alright.
I just noticed something. Sarah, did you roll initiative?
Yes, I did. I got a. What?
Oh, it's not showing up.
Yeah, we didn't put you on the
Oh, I
initiative.
put it in chat. I didn't send.
No.
No, I don't
No.
see it.
Okay, so 17.
17.
Okay.
There we
Thank
go.
you, and
I'm
sorry.
just going...
Change.
I'm going to just, like, use my movement, and then... Can I just dash to...
Yeah, how much
Do
movement
you wanna bonus action rage? Because I think you get
I do get a little bit more movement.
I think you get like a pounce or something.
Yeah, it's
Feral,
half of
is
his
feral
movement as part of a rage.
Yeah, so I can move up to 100 feet then. So I guess I'll rage as a bonus
This
action.
finely dressed man.
Um,
Rages.
Fucking cast zoomies.
and then I get to like here. There. Yeah.
So,
It goes like right here. That's my turn.
how much was that? That was.
I think it was 100.
90
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
yeah, it's 100 feet. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Alright.
Sweet.
Damn, that's crazy. All right, Ilaria.
I would like to use my bonus action to click my heels. My little booties.
Mhm.
Click your heels.
My little booties.
My booties.
You have 70 feet of movement for that,
Okay, I'm gonna
and then you could dash as your action if you wish.
shoot. I don't know what block that is. Ugh. Wherever 70 is.
Oh well, you can move. You can move in chunks if you want.
Burn Shepherd. Okay, how much was that?
It was
35.
35.
70 right by the pillar.
It would be 70 right here.
And then I'm gonna not bonus action, sorry, regular action dash. That would be 60 or just 35?
That would be another 70.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So you can get to about like here.
I will go. I will do that.
And then you can take another 5 feet of movement if you wish.
Oh.
There.
Is that the door?
No.
Oh.
You hear voices
Damn
coming
it.
from over here. All right, Brandy and Indra. They're gonna kind of like Indra's gonna like move quietly, kind of like through the room and try to like almost like cover for the rest of you guys like escaping, and try to kind of like coalesce the movement and like the group into like more like another like dance sequence almost. What's Brandy doing?
Brandy is going to hit up Erland with a little bit of a shield of faith as she goes over to help Indra.
Okay, Erland, you're up.
Yep, you now have shield of faith.
All right. He's gonna quietly like move towards the door. As soon as he's past the door, start fucking bolting it. Right? You've got 45 regular movement, which will bring me here.
Mhm.
I've also have the power of Step of the Wind. We're gonna burn that. As soon as he's outside the door, it's just zoom. So he's just gonna, I guess, like scoot past you. We have another 45 movement.
You can just
Right.
do that as well.
Oh, like diagonally?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was like okay. Okay. So yeah, 25. This brings me over here, 45.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try to roughly guesstimate like here, because I went from here to okay, a little bit further.
You got a little bit more.
Yeah. Where are these guys? Somewhere in this room. I still have my regular action dash, so
You got
you can
another
have
40.
another 45. Just like immediately zoom into here. Just whoosh. It takes a bit for him to like, like he has to like kind of like not make sure he doesn't just like tumble forward into like a wall. What's happening?
Alright, so that was all of your movement. Bonus action and action. It is now the assassin's turn.
Aria, what's going
She got caught.
Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
What did you get on your sleight of hand check again? 20 total?
Deception check. Or wait, what?
The fly,
Oh,
fly
yeah,
thing.
20.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah, he is going.
Did she make a deception check while trying to speak or leave?
Oh,
No,
actually,
I did not.
Go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come on, baby, roll high.
Avoid this combat.
If not, at least confuse them enough to be like, what the fuck?
That's a
Elf
whole...
speak, well, not elf, but
It's not high.
How
What
much
do I
is
got to it? Deception. No.
Just no.
What's no?
7.
Okay.
Oh!
Hmm.
Do you have a once per session reroll? Or did you already use it?
Oh, I don't. I have luck and a 1 per session reroll.
Let's fucking go.
All right.
You have
I'm gonna use
3
it.
uses of luck, by the way.
Yeah.
Luck adds advantage.
Luck does a reroll, just a flat
okay.
reroll. You have to take 3 numbers plus.
Okay.
Okay. All right. 14.
1 second.
It's not to convince, it's to buy time.
I am aware. Trust me. I heard you guys. I hear your pleas for help.
How do you say help in French? Oh.
We surrender.
Not ayúdame.
Luckily, brew.
Okay. You guys need to understand, in this moment, he swatted a fly that turned into a person who is now speaking Orlesian to him.
Yeah.
Aide-moi.
So, okay, did you use your once per session reroll just now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Are you happy with the 14, or do you want to use up your luck to try?
Let's see. Yes. 18.
18.
Yeah. They start speaking in rapid fire French.
as like you're like telling her in her ear.
I was about to say, because I did roll for the assassin. just a basic insight check, and he got a 17.
Oh, thank God you rolled 18. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I'm lucky.
he just looks at the other two like, were we expecting reinforcements?
Were we expecting reinforcements?
Are we expecting reinforcements?
No.
Just say you wanted wine. It's. I was just looking for wine.
Well, we have an Orlesian here. From one of the circles, apparently.
Wait, can they tell that?
Apparently.
She
okay.
transformed out of a fly.
Oh, you're right.
We're cool, Ricky. We're cool.
Whoa. Whoa, I just felt the brightest spark of rage in my spirit.
I'm sorry. I totally forgot.
Sorry, buddy. I think Ricky was about to kill me.
She's like, we.
Circle.
Whoa. Oh,
sorry,
okay.
buddy.
That's so funny. Alright, anyway, moving past that. Is that the assassin's turn?
Yeah, he's just
Okay.
trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Okay, Serdwin,
sweet.
you're up. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Oh.
Whoa.
Sorry, I'll go this way. I'll go that way. Oh, sorry.
Ricky and I did our own dance.
But,
Serdwin, it's your turn.
Indra.
It's my turn.
Yes.
So I'm trying to keep them, like, at bay while these guys are making their way over. So she's, like, trying to explain herself, using this, like, oh, I'm from Orlais, but also I speak Elvish. She takes off the map. She's like, oh, I'm just here to, I was sent over to just look, to spy on them, be a fly on the wall, if you will, and so I see you doing a good job.
What accent is this?
It's a very,
Hey Ricky, I'm sorry for making fun of you
an
before.
accent.
It's a
making the words.
it's a Southern French.
I mean, Alaria is southwest.
Cyrudwin, please give another deception check.
Come on, baby, roll high.
Roll, baby, roll.
Boom, Travi.
Okay.
I don't know.
Otra vez.
Okay, you're kind of giving us an Italian. All right, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh.
Elf southern Italy. So that's a 12.
Okay, 12. You still have 2 uses of luck if you wanna.
How close are you guys?
I don't know, man.
Ilaria
I
and
could probably-
Erland are getting closer to you.
Alright.
I
I'll
could probably
use-
reach it in the next round.
Alright, you know what? Yeah, it's a 12.
Are you okay? Ricky?
When in doubt, start crying.
My Orlesian is not good. It's no bien. I'm Dalish.
Esmal!
I'm new to the job.
Don't go with your Dalish. That's not the right choice.
No.
Well, she took off her mask, so.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, she is showing it all. Hey, more confusion. Let's go.
I'm not giving advantage to that. That's a 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting to put pieces together, and you don't like the faces they're making.
Oh no.
Is that gonna be your turn, Cyrudwin?
I guess so.
Okay.
Start running!
Hassan!
Oh boy, we're in the shit, aren't we? I'm going to
He's
do.
still
Like, if you
there.
could possibly get to Shepard and cast Dimension Door on him.
Ooh.
Let's see. How far away is Shepard? Jesus.
Like 100.
Shepard is 80 feet away from you.
Okay.
Or, like-
I can't do that on this turn, but I can bonus action Blade Song, which puts my movement speed up to 40,
Mm-hmm.
and my armor class up to 21. And then I can action dash and get, 80 feet. I thought I just fucking whip down there. Hey, buddy. Ooh.
Shepard is currently
bad.
frothing at the mouth.
That is my turn, though. I did just
Alright.
bonus action and then action dash.
Orlesian spies, they are going to kind of like look at this, and then exit out the door and make a perception check to try and if they can like spot anybody in the area. Okay, yeah, they see you, Ilaria and Erland.
She's waving kindly.
Give me a deception check.
Oh shit. Okay.
Meanwhile, Shepard, are you
Ooh.
holding your turn to see if Asan can teleport you, or are you doing something else?
I'm gonna hold my turn.
Okay. Are you holding like an action to attack, or are you holding an action to move?
I'm gonna say I'm holding an action to attack.
Okay. I think you have to rage again because it went a full round without.
Yes. Yeah, I'll rage again.
But then you can use an instinctive pounce if you wanna. 20 feet.
I still want to move.
Yeah.
Is it? I guess I don't know.
think
I just don't know
next-
how far they are.
They're pretty. Ilaria is like within sight of them. Ilaria, stop moving over there.
I'm just looking!
There's nothing is there.
measuring.
The assassins came out from this
Would-
direction.
Oh shit.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess this is like a question for Mark. Mark, were you going to use Dimension Door to put us over
Mhm.
there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then
So I think Mark can.
I'm gonna.
What, 40? Yeah, you can move over there, and then Asan could reach you.
Okay. then I'll do that then. And I'll hold my action for attacking.
Okay. Alright, that's Shepherd, Elaria, 27 Deception. The assassins kind of like come out this way and just go... bards, sorry. They just kind of go...
Bards.
Are you here for... him? Felix?
Oh no,
We're not-
my maidservant. I'm so sorry. I sent her
that's
up.
what's going on. Hey! Hey! Ricky, did you ever come up with names for them?
Yes, I did. They're in our DMs.
I'm not layering currently.
Help! Where are they?
I know them.
I'm copy pasting. Here.
Help! Okay. They just go, Emile! Emile! That's that's a maidservant of a Norwegian! Leave her alone!
Don't say it too loud.
Relax, these walls are rather thick. Just like their fucking skulls.
Where are you?
Where are you?
Where are you?
Where are you?
Je ne sais quoi. Oh, where are you?
Je ne sais quoi.
Which is really funny because I believe that translates to I don't know or it's just something I don't know.
Oh
I don't know, where are you?
And they're going
fucking-
to begin to approach and just kind of like begin to kind of like talk a little bit. Brandy and Indra are trying to control the room a little bit. Erland.
I'm like pulling up behind them, like pulling up behind, like over here, like a little out of breath. What's going on? You okay?
They're cool. Internally, they're cool. They're cool. Don't do anything. Don't hit them. Damage
Roland's, like,
control.
slowly easing the warhammer back to his side. Looking at Felix on the ground.
Felix is
Kinda
not
like-
here yet.
Can't
Because he's
see
been
him.
taken.
Felix,
how far
Felix
is he? Oh, he's up there.
Yes.
Okay. So just ahead of us then. Alright. That's 10. I will fucking yeet over. 35. To get as far as I can. And he's just looking at Alaria for a second. You sure?
She's nodding. She's like deeply curtsying. Like thank you.
He's,
I'm
he's,
so
he's
sorry
rushing
for the
forward.
misunderstanding.
He's rushing forward, step up the wind some more to get to wherever he can.
You get to about here and you can move your token here first.
Yeah. He's like running blind in here.
There's a hallway down here.
So dark.
Left to right.
There's just
What?
Did I fuck up the lighting layer?
Where is he?
We can't kind of.
No, I didn't. Okay.
To the right is a wall.
There's just a wall here.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And you can hear voices coming in from there.
25, 35. 35.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get up to like here,
Mm-hmm.
and there's an open door.
Yep.
And what am I seeing inside?
Little elven girl.
Oh, poor little elven girl being bullied.
Saradwin,
Look
you
how-
see Saradwin inside.
And she's being like
He is.
attacked.
No, she's talking to
she's
someone.
You have never seen her more pathetic looking.
Oh.
Oh.
She's like, her
If you-
eyes
I
are
think you
so
have
big.
5 more movement.
Ears.
Oh yeah, I can kind of like be like in the doorway.
Yeah. And
What?
you can see an assassin standing over Felix's unconscious body holding a dagger of glass.
That would cause me to action take another fucking dash to immediately like get down, Mr. President, get over here.
Pulling
just, like,
yourself
kinda try
out
to,
of
like,
feeling.
Try to like like kind of like fling like cover him with my body, you know? Just
Aw.
kind of be like just hold him back. What?
These
is
guys are
going
so
on?
fucking confused.
All right. Assassin's turn.
He just watched a dwarf fucking bolt in like a track star.
She's a runner. She's a track star.
Yeah,
He's
so
like holding back.
Stabbin's gonna go on.
feelings. He's what?
Stabbin's gonna go on, so he's gonna attack you twice.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
Let's do this.
I love how Josh is out of breath. As if he just ran the
Merlin is out of breath. Just fucking zoom.
Okay, one does miss, but the other hits.
I don't. I'm not sure how to. We would still have like our magic items underneath all this stuff.
Yep.
Okay. All right. 21 armor class. What you got? A 23 attack roll.
24 actually.
Fuck.
All right, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I will. 15.
You just barely succeed. First of all, your body's reacting very negatively to this knife. Not just from the poison.
Not just from the poison.
How many magical effects do you have on you?
How many?
Yep.
Well, let's go down the list. I've got an attuned warhammer. I've got a belt. It's kind
go
of
with the
right now.
warhammer.
It's kind of being like kind of like a cummerbund underneath like all this stuff. You know, I got a belt. I've got a cloak of protection. I've got my I've got my my little like arm wrappings underneath the gloves that I'm wearing, right? Because I have to be all formal and hide the whole bandage stuff, right? And wait, I have a list. What am I even thinking? Okay, I have the belt, I have the cloak, I have grovel thrash, and I have the wraps, I have the earring, and I have my boots, and I have the amulet of Na'a. So like, yeah, quite a few.
He grazes your arm with the knife, dealing dealing 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
And you feel like that hum, that like light ringing noise that constantly emanates from grovel thrash in your mind dim.
What?
You hear it dim to an almost completely quiet tone, but it's still there. Just, it seems like the connection is momentarily muffled. Also, you take... Hold on, rolling a bunch of d6s. Oh, you are so fucking lucky. Because you saved, you take 9 poison damage.
9 poison damage. Oh wait, I did that in reverse. It's not my maximum going down. Hold on.
Was this a Constitution save against a magical effect?
No, this was against poison.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That wouldn't be one of the ones I have advantage on. It's only the mental ones.
Yeah, it's only the mental ones.
Ouch. 9 more poison damage. And Roland's kind of like grasping at his like nicked forearm. He's like, what kind of anti-magic?
The blade gleams with an intricate weaving of anti-magical energy. Is that the assassin's turn?
Yeah. Actually, hold on, wait. The assassin... Yeah, that's gonna be his turn.
Okay,
So-
Saradwin, you are up.
Okay. Well, since this is combat,
You get water.
Go drink.
she she drops the sad or lesion made act, and she whips out her the hunger blade
Hell
and
yeah.
goes for the main
Hell yeah.
assassin.
Go for it, give me an attack
Yeah.
roll.
Okay. That would be 17.
17, just barely hits. You find
it hit?
like yes, it hits. That is their armor class. You find like a very small thread in their leather armor and just kind of like sink your blade in. Give me damage. Would you like to activate your Hexblade's Curse first?
Yes. So it's on him. That's
Yes.
my bonus action.
What stat do you want to give a negative to?
Oh. I mean, he is an assassin.
Mhm.
So, dexterity.
See, I believe. I believe it's a disadvantage on dexterity checks.
Okay.
So let's see. You gain a bonus to damage rolls against the cursed target. The bonus equals your proficiency bonus. So let's see. That's 13 slashing, 6 necrotic, plus what's your proficiency bonus?
My proficiency bonus for wisdom.
No, just
no,
your proficiency
just
bonus.
in general.
Yeah.
4.
Okay, so that's 1923 points of damage.
And that's for the first.
Yep.
Oh, 19.
That's a crit for you
Oh God.
because it is under your Hexblade's Curse.
Yes. Okay, max damage. Ooh. Okay. All right, so that would be 8 plus 6. So clear. So that's 14 already, plus my wisdom. So would my max damage be like 14?
So your max damage is going to be the 8 from your sword. Proficiency, so 8 plus proficiency is going to be 12, plus your wisdom, which is a 4, so that's going to be 16.
Okay.
Plus 2 from your sword, that's 18, so that's so far, and then roll a d8 and a d6.
Oh boy. All right, that's a 7 more damage.
So 25.
Yeah. So how much damage did I deal in total?
It's going to be total 48.
Oh Jesus Christ! I'm just imagining this maid. She's like, oh, so sad. Oh. She rips out a sword from her chest and she just goes up behind him while he's like attacking Erland and just like gouges.
I need you to understand you dealt half of his HP.
Oh yeah, I stabbed the hunger through his back.
Is that going to be your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Asan, you are up.
So I haven't heard anything from the group
Mm-mm.
at all. So I'm assuming shit has still hit the fan, and but it looks good. Yeah, it has. So yeah, I'm gonna run up behind the big guy, put a hand on his shoulder, and dimension door vaguely in the location that I heard about.
Okay.
It's not exact science, so I'm gonna assume the DM's. Yep. Okay. There we go.
Shepard, you were holding an action to attack. Would you like to? Alright, make 2 attacks.
You want to hit them? Yeah.
Keep one alive. Depends. We'll see.
Make a persuasion check against Tony.
Make a persuasion check against Tony.
That hits. Roll damage. Okay. That is, oh my god, 22. Nice.
And I'm gonna say, fire hot. I need to make a con save.
Okay.
Fire hot.
Oh, Ricky, the current like number in their little HP circle I put is how much damage they've taken.
Got you.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to
Constitution
put it out like that. I
save. You're
realized I
good.
forgot about it.
This great axe is awfully hot.
This
They
giant
rolled
bull of
an
a man.
8 for their Constitution save.
Oh,
Okay, they
no.
fail. And okay, so what does it do again? The creature takes 1d6 fire damage at the start of its next turn, and the effect can stack.
Okay. So at the start of its next turn, they take 1d. How much?
1d6
Okay, remind me.
fire.
I believe you have another attack.
I do.
King.
What?
28. Yeah, that would do it.
Oh
my God. How much HP does this motherfucker have?
Not enough.
Yeah. How do you want to do this? I need you to understand, in their point of view, they're talking
He
to another
just appeared on
Elysian, and in the blink of an eye, a like 6'7" gray man turns up next to them and cleaves them.
Shepard is just gonna like cleave him in half and smile at the other guy.
So this is the only one left.
Yep.
He
So
keeps
I have 5
bisecting
feet of
people.
movement left. I'm just gonna.
And look, it's kind of like calling card now, just to chop him like directly in half.
Are we
Yeah,
sure
that's
he's? Are we sure he's okay? Like,
I'm gonna hide behind the splash
I know he's a
zone.
nice guy, but like, you know, just because he's nice doesn't mean that he's not like a psycho.
So, Shepard, do me a favor and make an intimidation check with advantage.
Whoa!
Intimidation. Ooh, intimidation.
Or-
Ooh.
Oh!
Ooh.
Okay. So, Son, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Or Legion Spy?
Yeah. Are you leaving this to me, or are you doing it?
She is going to just kind of like stand up very straight, just kind of like bow her head and just go, "There seems to have been some sort of mistake. You are not a target, and that is not a target either. So I'm going to just kind of like points down the hallway. I would like to leave."
Can I intercept?
She is fully asking to leave and not making a
Oh.
movement.
I have a few questions first.
That will be an issue. As much as I would like this war to end, I am not in the right mind to betray my country just yet. Yeah, she's going to take out a dagger and slit her own throat.
Oh, well,
God,
okay.
okay.
Probably
Ooh.
after. I was gonna.
You know, spies, they used to eat cyanide in prison, so.
Yeah. They should have missives somewhere.
You know.
There's no poison in this current day and age that's that fast acting, so the dagger is the quickest way for that.
Alright.
Shepard turns
what?
to Shepard turns to Hassan and Ilaria and just goes, I think that counts as 2 for me, right?
Sure.
No, I'm gonna argue 1.5.
I'll take 1.5.
Because the fact that Ilaria said no, we need to ask you questions, I think counts as the other half.
I think cutting a person in half is also a half.
You aren't here, Erland. You shut up.
They are still fighting the fella upstairs. Downstairs,
upstairs?
overhead.
Shepard, what are you doing?
Let's do Josh voice, not Erland voice.
Where are the stairs? Do I see stairs?
Not stairs, like down the hall.
This way.
I misspoke.
I go that way. So I got 40 feet of movement.
Would you-
Well, I guess if I don't see them, I can like use another.
Yeah.
I can't see past this point, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, just
This
walk
is
forward.
5.
Yep.
That's 15 total. Oh, hello. So that's 15. This is 25, 30, 35.
You can move like this, Shepard. So this is 25.
Yeah. That's 25. 30. 35. 40.
Alright, that's Shepard's turn.
Just me counting for a turn.
Yeah.
Alright.
Ilaria?
Okie dokie, that's what, 45.
Also,
No.
100%
Bonus action
Ilaria
dashing?
just got covered in blood.
I still have my boots of speed.
Oh, right. So you have fucking 70 feet of movement naturally. Holy shit. Okay.
45, what is 15? 60, 65, 70.
You can stop here and you'll see the door.
Oh, so that's the fella.
Yeah, and then you can move like that.
That's,
You want-
that's
can't-
the fella. This is the
Oh shit,
This-
that's the fella.
Yes.
I can still hit him from where I am.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna use my throwing dagger, the
Mhm.
poison one.
Alright, make an attack roll.
Does a 28 hit?
Ow! Yes, roll damage.
Roll sneak attack.
Oh right, sneak attack. Oh, okay. 5, 3, 2, 5, 8, 10. 10, 13, 15.
Total?
That. Yes.
Gentle reminder, you have 66, not 5d6.
I know, I rolled all. I have 3 d6s.
Making
So
sure.
I rolled twice.
So 21 total.
21.
21. Are you adding the HP or am I freaky?
I'll add it.
Okay. Is that Ilaria's turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep doing
Brandy and Indra are going to slowly start moving out of the room. Kind of like still like nonchalantly near the door, but trying to like regroup with the rest of you guys.
We're shifting. Are we keeping this guy alive?
Erland, you're
Are
up.
you asking that in person? Like in the room?
Ping. Are we keeping this guy alive? I think we should. Ping.
Yes. As he holds out
The
the
bones
warhammer.
still, yes.
As he holds out the warhammer, and we are, pincer maneuver. Got him all flanked up, and yeah, let's
It's all
fucking
flanked up.
let's non-lethally bash his fucking skull in.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
As he's just
Yeah,
like
non-lethal.
he's just like angrily like at this guy swinging at him like, who called the hit? Why him?
Okay, Batman, calm down.
I'm vengeance.
I am Erland.
I am Erland.
I am Baron.
Swing, and make a Constitution save.
Ooh.
It begins.
It does begin.
Begins.
I'll roll
That's
that.
number 1, and he can also take a little bit of extra pain. Call that 16.
Fucking damn. Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Where's the d20 I use? There it is. Total. 15.
15. Wait a second. That
Oh.
doesn't pass.
Oh.
Oh no.
He is
This
not
isn't gonna this isn't gonna help him respond, all things considered.
No, but it will help you guys tie him up.
Yeah.
Is that
we're
Erlen's
gonna
turn?
Oh no, we got another one. We got Haya.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, Batman, calm down.
Give him a rough ass fucking concussion.
You got
Here we
him. You
go.
got him. You got
Yeah.
him.
You got him.
As you knock him out, and the rest of the group makes their way over to the room.
Wow, that
The
was bloody.
assassin-
Oh my god.
The assassin drops the dagger he was holding. It catches kind of like your eye, Ilaria. It just kind of like glistens. It might be rather pricey. Go for like a good sizable selling point. Do you do anything with it, or do you just go
Yoink it.
Yoink.
Okay.
Grab that.
As you pick it up, there is this kind of like glow and pull of magical energy that like literally saps Arcana from like the air. And as Asan like as he gets a little bit closer to it, you just notice he gets like a little. And Asan, you start feeling like a little bit like sick. It's not like anything super vile, but you know, like those moments when like you just have like a little bit of a headache and you feel like you're like not like about to start throwing up or nauseous, but like this kind of like sickly feeling in your chest and stomach, like I just feel kind of gross. The pattern of glass is so intricate and finely crafted that only a very experienced glassmaker would be able to pull something off like that.
And not have it like shatter on first swing.
You've seen this kind of craftsmanship before, Ilaria.
Check the rest of him.
Erlen's a bit busy, like checking over Felix right now.
Oh, the rest of them.
So, guys,
Shepard
what
will
the
check
fuck?
this guy. That's on him.
Still down there?
Guys,
Oh,
what
I
the
thought you were
fuck
talking about this
happened?
guy.
Yeah. Because Erlen's checking over.
Give me investigation checks for like all three of them.
3? Oh, who?
All of us?
Yeah. There's one over here. There's one over here. There's one over here.
Oh, there's
True.
pieces of one on the
Yes.
other in the hallway.
Famously great at investigation checks.
Famous.
See?
Ooh.
See?
Every-
See, right?
Every time you say that, Shepard,
Look at
it works out in your favor.
Haha.
Okay. Anybody else?
Everyone's a detective.
Okay.
I mean, I said what I needed to. Guys, what the fuck happened?
Shepard and Erland, you don't find any similar knives on them. That seems to be like the only dagger that was like crafted in that way. Mostly you find kind of like weapons, daggers, and small like vials of poison. Normal kind of like leather-studded armor. You don't find like missives, but you do find a small kind of like piece of paper with a code inscribed upon it that you have not seen before.
Can I read it?
It is one in Orlesian, to the from what like you've seen of Orlesian, like anything that Ilaria has either spoken or shown you, the letters don't make like a lick of sense.
May I?
This doesn't make a lick of sense.
I just learned common.
Yeah, this isn't common. This also isn't Kanari speak either. Here, take it.
What is that?
It's Orlesian and it's encoded.
It was on him.
What is the check?
I'd say flat intelligence.
Bad die. Okay, 17 plus 4.
21.
Oh, wait. When you say intelligence,
Just intelligence.
no modifier. Okay, so just 17 then.
Okay. It is very brief. It details go to this event, find out what you can about the weapon that they are producing and who is involved, and get out.
So there was no assassination attempt. She's saying this out loud.
There was no directive for an assassination attempt.
Huh. I mentioned it's not like the name isn't written, but
Nope.
you know what? It was probably their Nessius or Lucas. Lucan. Oh my god, Lucas.
What was this? Just a crime of opportunity?
Well, if I were to order a hit, I wouldn't exactly write down who I wanted gone either. But the letter just says, and then I repeat.
I mean, I watched them. They just grabbed him.
Just randomly?
Pretty much.
No, it doesn't. You don't know that.
Maybe.
Sarah, what happened when you were a fly?
Well, as soon as he was dragged into this room, they started arguing about how this wasn't part of the plan and that they could all die. And they did so.
Okay. He's just gonna, because he's like looking over Felix, like check if he's like okay, if he's like been stabbed anywhere, if he's like just breathing, obviously.
Give me a medicine check.
Yeah.
I just wrote down the Orlesians don't know what they're doing.
They had a target, but they didn't know. They're like, this isn't him. He was a witness. Do something. Of what? Who knows?
It's a good medicine check.
25. He seems like he was just knocked out with some sort of like sleeping agent over his mouth, but he seems otherwise unharmed.
Oh my god, they had chloroform.
I wonder. Okay. So, do we think this is something I might be able to wake him up through a physician's touch?
Yeah. You note it, like, as you place a hand on him, you notice there's like a little like buildup of lyrium in your hand almost, and it's not like coming through, and the dagger that Ilaria is holding is preventing that.
Ilaria, that it has some kind of field around it. Can you keep it out? Can you keep it away?
If I sheath it, does it do anything? DMs. Or I'm just gonna stand in a corner.
I'd say if you like try and like just kind of like put it away, sheath it, and like stand like farther away from Erland, that does seem to have like a radius.
I'm gonna stand here. So
yeah, standing
no
farther
way
away. The physician's touch and the lyrium through your arm just kind of like like comes through almost like painfully. So like there's like a buildup and then there's like a release. And through it, Felix kind of opens his eyes and just goes, "What the? Shit! Where
Calm down.
where am I? What happened?
We're in a wine cellar.
Shit.
Some people just tried to kill you. You have any idea why?
What?
Or Legion?
Legion. Why would they?
That's what we're trying to find out. I kept one of them alive, so we might be able to bring him in for questioning. But was there anyone who was looking at you weird tonight? Was there anyone who was, I don't know, having an odd interest in you?
No.
We heard an assassination was going to happen tonight. But that didn't seem to be in the plan at all, not even from the message that we got off of the one guy's body. So, for one reason or another, they decided they were going to take you. Now, look, Felix. Whatever's going on right now, however conflicted you might be feeling, alright? We need your help. You're close. You are. Whether you know it or not, I think you're one of the few people that Lucan even cares about anymore. I think she's doing all of this, that she did all of this for you. And Glaceria and even Synesius to whatever extent. Okay? Do you get that?
Yes.
And I know you're on the fence. I can tell. Look, you're looking at... I don't have this history that you have. I haven't known you as long as she has. But I know what all of y'all did. I know what all of y'all tried to do and what all of y'all got punished for. Okay? I think you understand that she needs to be stopped. That this needs to stop. Because she's got however many more of those golems somewhere, and in each of them is...
It's the only one.
What?
But the research notes, they haven't been destroyed just yet.
So that's it. Okay, look. We overheard a talk that she had with your buddy Synesius, alright? It seems like they're working together on something. That he has, I don't know, some kind of strings he can pull on the higher-ups. They're trying to cure you. At least she is. And she's getting impatient at this point, alright? Is there any way you think you can lure her away? Alright, we can take this guy somewhere. I don't know. Y'all, I guess just drag him out here somewhere. Say that he's had too much to drink. I don't know. We have 2 dead bodies out in the dang hallway, and that's gonna be tough to cover up. Look.
Varen, I don't know what the fuck is going on right now.
Neither do I.
You think I know more than I do. I'm just trying to figure it out too. I think she's going to leave.
She did say she didn't want to be around once this thing finally got around to being used. Where would she even leave to? Has she talked to you all about anything? About some kind of...
No! We don't. Synesius is the only one that has contact with any of us. I didn't know it got this far. Varen, you need to understand something. She's the cog. She's the thing making this. It wasn't her idea. If those research notes don't get completely destroyed, there will be more of that golem. I know you want her dead. A lot of people do. And I can't stop you. All I know is that I don't want a part in this war anymore. It needs to end. And it can't end with that thing and more of those things on the way.
So what are we supposed to do? Just destroy it? The whole party will... And her, she hardly even sounded... She didn't even want a part of this anymore. Do you think she could even be convinced to give it all up?
I don't know.
You think she could be convinced to give up the... Wherever she's kept the notes? That's the one thing Synesius is gunning for here. He needs that. And all she needs is whatever he can offer her in return. Some way to fix you all. I don't know what to do.
And that's where we're gonna end the session.